Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku. Welcome back to another video. This is a what if crossover of what if Goku landed in Britannia or Lioness. If you don't know what that is, well, basically it's from the 7 Deadly Sins, one of my favorite manga and anime right now. Probably my third favorite running manga, I would say, with My Hero Academia number 1, or My Hero Academia number 2, and Black Clover number 1. So, if you guys don't know, have never checked out 7 Deadly Sins, I highly suggest you do, because the main inspiration for 7 Deadly Sins by this creator was Dragon Ball. In fact, there are actually power levels series, and honestly, he does power levels better than power levels in Dragon Ball, because power levels in 7 Deadly Sins are made up from your physical strength, your magic power, and the level of your spirit. So 3 different things can go into your power level, which means that 2 people could have the same exact power level, but one could be pure physical strength based, the other could be pure magic based. So basically it's like, this is a time of knights that have magic that put them on the level of, well, not on the level, but it makes them sort of like Dragon Ball characters as knights. So they're very powerful. It's a great story with demons and goddesses and giants and fairies. Great overall story, I love it. But yeah, I'm gonna do a what if Goku landed in Lioness, which is the main kingdom of the 7 Deadly Sins, where, you know, the good guys are, and a lot of it takes place. So Goku was born at the power level of 2, but by the time he was sent off Earth, he seemed to be at least not a baby anymore. He seemed to be at least more of a young kid than a baby, so I'm sure his power level would be a lot higher than 2. At the beginning of Dragon Ball, his power level was 10, and so it's really hard to gauge of what Goku's power level would be. Let's just say a 10. So you can't just say, oh, he's a 10, he's twice as strong as the average human. No, Goku has the travel speed of, I don't know, it's like 5, you can run a 100-meter dash in 5 seconds, which is like over 50 miles per hour. He has combat speed of faster than sound because he can dodge bullets, and he can lift cars, easily throw them. So he'd be a really powerful little kid here, and you know, people would take notice, and he'd become a lot more powerful when he'd go into his Ozaru state, because his power level would be in the 100 range, which make him not just 10 times stronger, but it would make his battle power 10 times stronger. And if you don't know, it's most likely that in the early beginnings of Dragon Ball, from the 10s range to the 1000 range, that if you increase the power level, it's not a linear increase, it's an exponential increase. There's a lot of evidence for that, so this would be much more than a 10 times increase in his overall abilities. So Goku would overall be much faster, stronger, and if Roshi can blow up the moon with a power level of like 140, now Goku's not going to be that strong. He's going to be weaker, and somewhat significantly weaker, but he's still going to be very powerful. And let's say that Goku goes into his Ozaru state, and it causes the 7 Deadly Sins to come and try and stop him. Now, the 7 Deadly Sins have a bunch of different abilities. I mean, Meliodas' full counter, let's say it works against Ki, and also Bon can steal Ozaru Goku's physical strength, making him stronger and making Goku weaker. So I honestly think that they would defeat this version of Goku. And after this, you know, the kingdom would be wanting to get rid of Goku because he would be a monster. But, you know, Meliodas has a soft spot for people like this. He basically gathered all the sins, and they're all criminals. Goku's a criminal, he just destroyed a city. And this would mean that there are now 8 deadly sins, and Goku is the second sin, or the second sin of this title. Goku gets the sin of wrath. Let's say that basically Goku gets his head damaged, because I don't like these what ifs where Goku doesn't get his head damaged, because we can't really say what Goku would have turned into. So I'm going to slightly alter it so that Goku gets his head damaged again in this battle with the 7 Deadly Sins, and it's a bit different. Now, he's basically the same normal Goku we know, but when he gets mad, he kind of goes like Meliodas, where he gets a lot of wrath. And so when Goku gets mad, he's kind of goes berserk. So we're going to have that where Goku is Goku, but when he gets mad, he goes berserk. And so basically, in this, Goku would be training with the 7 Deadly Sins, and he'd probably be training a lot with Merlin, because Goku would not have any natural-born magic powers, from what I would believe. So he'd need to be training with Merlin to increase his level of magic powers, and to basically learn these spells. And now, imagine if by the time Goku's an adult, how powerful he would be. Now, first off, Seven Deadly Sins power levels are a lot weaker than Dragon Ball power levels. So if Goku was a power level of a 10, it's much greater than a 10 in a Seven Deadly Sins power levels. And if he was 100, he's a much greater level than 100 as an Azaru and Seven Deadly Sins power level. Let's say if it's Goku, by the time he's adult, he has the power level of 300, which is around the level of he had as an adult at the end of Dragon Ball. Well, it's going to be much higher. In fact, he probably would have the highest power level in the series, because Goku is beyond Moon level and is, if not light speed, getting close to those levels of light speed. So his power level based on physical strength and spirit would be beyond broken. And then if you get magic powers like Goku does, then, well, he's going to be ungodly powerful. And if you have 8 deadly sins, so the 7 deadly sins as a group are already powerful enough, but add an 8th sin that is stronger than all the other sins, like this group's going to be unstoppable. The 10 Commandments are going to be fodderized, and honestly, Goku could probably defeat the Demon King just like Meliodas, because Goku's going to learn techniques from the other sins. He'll probably learn full counter, he'll probably learn a lot of magic spells from Merlin, maybe he'll even learn physical snatch from Bon. Goku could become an absolute beast, and probably should, honestly. And yeah, Goku would just be broken. He'd be probably physically stronger than everybody else, have higher spirit than a lot of people, and he'd have his magic power. So Goku would be just ungodly broken. I can't even reiterate that enough. And I just love the idea of like a training montage for Goku. Goku training with Bon, Goku training with King, Goku training with Dian, Goku training with Meliodas, Goku training with Merlin. But Goku, by the time he's like a young teen, or once he reaches kind of his adult level of height, he's training with Escanor on his high noon state. That would be great training for Goku and his Saiyan level of progression, where he gets a shit beat out of him by Escanor, and then the next day, Goku's even stronger, because basically Goku just could spam these Zenkai hacks without even knowing it, and after a few weeks of fighting Escanor, could probably surpass him. So Goku would be probably by far the most broken sin. And yeah, their Demon King would probably, if Meliodas could defeat the Demon King, then Goku, who has spells learned from multiple sins and has far physical strength more higher than Meliodas, then yeah, he's probably going to defeat him as well. And you know, if Goku starts in the beginning, then any of the Holy Knights are not going to be even close to a problem for him, and Hendrickson would be nothing to him. And then, I mean, what are the 10 Commandments going to do? I mean, I guess Estarossa would be a decent, like, kind of would get in trouble with Goku, or Goku would have trouble with him, because Estarossa has full counter that actually redirects physical attacks, so like punches and stuff. Goku would be able to reflect it. And then you have a lot of the sins, so it would be like a 10 versus 1 with there are commandment abilities that are also sort of hacks. Goku would probably have trouble with them, but if he's going to be stronger than current Meliodas in the manga, then honestly, he's probably going to solo the 10 Commandments at that point. And we also need to remember that if Goku becomes this strong, then the 7 deadly sins, or rather the 8 deadly sins now, they're going to be much stronger as a result, because they're going to get stronger through each other. And while this isn't, I guess that's not 100% true, because the 7 deadly sins, just because one gets stronger, not all do. But if Goku starts early off with them, and because now there's a new member who's a little boy, that brings them together to train with each other and help this boy grow up to be the 8th sin, the 2nd sin of wrath to Meliodas, then honestly they could get together training. I'd love to see it. 7 Deadly Sins, you should definitely check this series out. But yeah, this isn't one of my normal what ifs. I just want to talk about how this could kind of work. Just imagine Goku being himself, but also having magic, and then these cool abilities like maybe full counter, physical snatch, absolute counter. Goku could be an absolute warrior mage, which would be really, really cool to see. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you a fan of 7 Deadly Sins? Do you want to see more 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel? I thought about doing more 7 Deadly Sins content on my other channel, but then I kind of realized that 7 Deadly Sins might fit better on this channel because of it being such closely related to Dragon Ball. The fandoms cross over a lot. I mean, there's power levels, and the main inspiration for 7 Deadly Sins by the author, by the mangaka, was Dragon Ball. So I've thought about doing that. Don't know for sure yet what channel I'll do my 7 Deadly Sins content on, But that's it for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think would happen if Goku landed in Lioness? What do you think about like logistics and stuff like that? Would Goku be killed off? And if he did get to stay with the Sins, what would happen? Would he not become the 8th Sin? I kind of just put together my thoughts of what could happen, not what would or most likely would happen. Just want to get a few things out there. But anyways, guys, that is my thoughts. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts, subscribe, and also turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Plus...